Worth the Trip features a wide variety of out-of-school activities and offers practical advice on how to organise and get the best out of school trips. Coming up, Jane Shaw from South Kilvington Primary School takes her class on a literacy trip to the world of James Herriot. And Carol Hadwin and her class from Hambrook Primary School are visiting at Bristol as part of their investigation into forces. From a family home in Thirsk to international celebrity, the world of James Herriot in North Yorkshire offers schools the opportunity to explore the original home and surgery made famous by vet and author James Herriot in the television series All Creatures Great and Small. Local school South Kilvington Primary has planned an educational excursion to the venue led by class teacher Jane Shaw.
In our curriculum at the moment we are studying persuasive writing, so it seemed a natural thing to link this with our visit to the world of James Herriot.
My name's Lisa and I'm the education officer here. Now what we are going to do today is go round a museum that's based on the life of a famous man. So we're going to do a literacy exercise and we're actually going to go round and look and find things that you think are really good about it, what you like, and then we're going to design a leaflet. So if you just want to follow me through this door here. Okay, so this house here is the actual home and surgery of Alf White, James Herriot. Come on. This room here is dining room and it would have been used on special occasions, but it was also used as an office too. Can any of you tell me what would we use today instead of this contraption on this desk here?
Computer or laptop.
Oh, well done. Do any of you know what that is? Yes.
Typewriter.
It is. It's a typewriter. Any guesses to what this room might have been used for? Yes.
Is it the kitchen?
It is the kitchen. Now this is the hub of the family house. This would be the room where everyone would be. Yes?
The people in the family who would have been like in the kitchen the most.
The person who would have been in the kitchen the most would have been Helen Herriot, and that was James Herriot's wife.
And at that point, when you go outside into the garden area and the car's there, they absolutely adore getting in there and pretending to drive it. Even though they're year 5 and 6, they still love doing that sort of role play.
James Herriot's books became so popular that they made it into a television series called All Creatures Great and Small. So these sets have been recreated to give you an idea of what the actors actually have to work within. OK, this is the last part of the tour. What you need to do is go around, have a look at everything and remember all those things that you really liked, that when it goes back to designing your leaflet, when you're back at school, you can put those things in.
Read this question to me then.
How many pints does a milk jug hold?
A gallon is a large quantity, if that's any help. So put that bottle in there. Back in the classroom, we've used the notes that we took at the Herriot Centre, but we're just trying to firm up the ideas with the children. So we've just added in a few special features of persuasive writing.
I'm going to write the address on the front and I'm going to do their slogan, and then inside I'm going to do opening times and a few pictures.
I'm going to make it bold and stand out with colourful letters because they'll think it's eye-catching.
The tour around the actual house was absolutely fascinating. They particularly loved the interactive room, but you have to be clear on why you want to go and what you want to get out of it to get the most from the visit.
My favourite part was where we went to the activity room, and it was really good because you get to learn how they do jobs on the farm and how James Herriot changed his name to James Herriot when his real name was Alf White.
There are many literacy trips available around the country, including the Oxford Story, where pupils are invited to discover the world of Oxford University. The Children's Literature Celebration exhibition explores Oxford's many connections with popular authors such as C.S. Lewis, J.R.R. Tolkien and Philip Pullman. At the Royal Armoury Museums in Leeds and Fareham, pupils are offered practical sessions in language and literacy. Through interactive storytelling and storybox displays, children can investigate a wide selection of traditional fairy stories. The Tales of Robin Hood in Nottingham provides an effective way of introducing pupils to life in the Middle Ages. School groups can explore a reconstruction of the period and examine the attitudes and hopes of the people who lived back then. The Golden Hind, berthed in Bankside at St Mary Overy Dock in south-east London. The Sailing Galleon is a full-size reconstruction of Sir Francis Drake's 16th century warship. Pupils relive the adventures of this Tudor explorer through the storytelling of a 16th century sailor. The Education Service at the River and Rowing Museum in Henley-on-Thames offers a programme of activities and events linked to special exhibitions, including the permanent Wind in the Willows attraction. The famous illustrations of E.H. Shepard are brought to life in a recreation of this classic. At Bristol brings science, nature and art to life with interactive displays and attractions. The museum offers an amazing world of hands-on discovery. Carol Hadwin and her pupils from Hambrook Primary School are going to the venue to experience its science exhibitions.
We've chosen to go to At Bristol because they regularly feature events which fit in with what we're doing in the curriculum at the moment. And they've got an event based around forces which introduces the children to our science topic for the next term.
I've never seen a river flowing uphill, so how can water go up?
By a screw that
I'm looking forward to seeing the children enjoying it. I'm looking forward to seeing their responses.
Faster, faster. See if you can get your heartbeat going up. Which part can you get to move then?
The head. The hand. Yeah.
There will also be the opportunity to look at the body, which was our science topic last term. There's the opportunity for hands-on experience with a television studio. It's basically seeing science in the real world and putting it into context for the children.
You're going over to this part, to all the forces part, yeah, and we're going to the body part.
I like to divide the children into groups before we go on a trip to give them a designated adult. It makes it easier for me when we arrive there. The children know exactly what to expect when we arrive, and it makes it easier for doing regular head counts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a giant brain cell. So go on then, see if you can make it fire. What? What happens if you get rid of the airflow then?
It goes away because the air's pushing it up. Okay, no, that way, please.
Why is the air inflating the balloon then? Because what happens when the air gets hotter?
It evaporates.
Not evaporates, it gets bigger, doesn't it? It expands.
Yeah.
So it pushes the sides of the balloon out, and when it gets hot enough, because hot air rises, then that's when it sends
why
the
they
balloon.
have the fire and the hot air.
That's right, yeah. Nice to see you boys. There's lots more up there. You know when we were talking about conserving water, how we could stop wasting so much water, what could you do to make that less water now?
Make it smaller.
You could make it smaller. Come on then, let's see how fast we can do it.
I have to get this text for 3 hours and
It's sloshing everywhere now. You want me to have a go, do you?
Yes, we do.
Now, I'm not promising to get it doing anything, I've got a bad back, I'm not supposed to do any of this. That's my exercise for the year, you realise?
They then go to the Forces event, which is really a lecture come hands-on experience, and that lasts about an hour.
He's doing pretty well there. Do you want to walk up to the back so people can see that? There is something different about these two butterflies. It's got blue tack on it. There is lots and lots of air around this. There's lots of air particles. So these air particles are too tiny for us to actually be able to see now, but I want us to imagine they're this size. Right. Would you like to put your air particles on that card, please? OK, try not to squash any existing air particles. Have we got more space on there? Yeah. I'm going to have you three, if you want to go and put your air particles on. And a couple more, maybe. Now, gravity, you said, was a pull force. What direction does gravity pull in? It does. And it does that every time, all the time. Push ourselves up in the air and see how far we can go. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good.
Well, we saw Mum's tummy. We got to go in that, and we went in this hamster wheel thingy and this balloon thingy. We went inside this cage called a pulley, and you pull on the rope, and it makes you go higher. They know how to make you learn, but they know how to make it fun.
It really is extending the classroom, taking the classroom out and making them understand that science isn't something to be afraid of.
Here are some examples of other science trips available across the country. Our Dynamic Earth in Edinburgh presents a holistic view of our planet and allows pupils to experience the physical and biological processes that have created and continue to shape the Earth. The 11 galleries bring many science topics to life. The National Space Centre in Leicester is an educational facility and research establishment dedicated to space. Its interactive challenges, audio-visual presentations and hundreds of artefacts chart mankind's desire to reach beyond the Earth. Techniquest in Cardiff offers a comprehensive science programme of theme weeks. Every group receives a lecture and demonstration in a theatre or planetarium, and the visit to the exhibition is supported by written material for teachers and pupils. At the Dinosaur Museum in Dorchester, pupils are told the story of the dinosaurs thematically through displays dealing with all aspects of these enigmatic, awesome beasts. Actual fossils, skeletons and life-size reconstructions combine with audio-visual and hands-on displays to inform and entertain. The Royal Observatory in Greenwich, in conjunction with the National Maritime Museum, has a number of astronomy-related events and education programmes for all ages. Observe the night sky through the 28-inch telescope and daily planetarium shows. For more ideas on school visits, catch up with us next time on Worth the Trip.
Do you know, what concerns me is he may have taken the healthy eating a bit too far.